Exactly. Holy crap, look at that. We're live. Wow, look at that. It is 8:04 p.m. Eastern. Oh, wait, the date. Monday, December the 7th, 2020, 8:04 p.m. Eastern, 5:04 p.m. Pacific. It's only 3:04 p.m. at Metalhead Hippie's house because that's how he rolls. Mayhem sent you a little thing. Check your messenger. I'm just saying. He's going to laugh. He'll laugh. Who do we have in the... Oh, yeah, I should explain. We had a comment on last night's show. Why do you always read off all the names in the chat? The way I see it is, if you're nice enough to tune in and say hi to me, the least I can do is say hi back and give you a shout out. So we've got Ryan X, Terry's 3Gs, last night's guest, who was one of the best, Alex Radford, young Mr. Alex Radford. Not from the Bay Area really anymore. More on that, you want to know? Watch last night's show. Charles 75N, Martin Lemaire, Craig Tomlinson, Dan of New Jersey. We've got BC Rich 581, who I believe might be in Michigan. Let's sure. We've got Michael Easter tuning in from PEI. There's Absolute Mayhem. There's Thomas Santiago. Ooh, new name in the chat. Thomas Moore. Hello, Thomas, and welcome.
Hey, Thomas. Good name.
Let's see. Nick KB Music. Awesome. Good to see. Okay. He's checking in. He's got a student coming in 10. Well, you know, teach them. Teach them. Papa Blue. We've got Fruitcake Tony.
What's up, Tony?
Oh, that's nice. Wayne woke up at his desk. Okay, sure. That happens. Robbie Johnston. Cool tunes made easy. Thomas is tuning in from Pennsylvania. This guy's from Pennsylvania. Oh, who else we got here? That's everybody that was willing to say hi. I did see
Craig,
something.
what's up?
Ben's the only person still willing to talk to me since I had to agree with that plea agreement. Western Maryland, to be precise. Nice. Love it. Love it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Did I miss anything there? Okay. So the title, it just says live Q&A. Tell your friends, tell your folks. What? We have an unboxing too. Late breaking unboxing. Literally, it was 7:40. I got a text from that guy saying, hey, it literally just arrived. I said, hey, guess what? So did I. I just got home. So Mark Randall asks, is Labatt's the official beer of Ben Coombs via Atlanta? Hot Atlanta. It's always Hot Atlanta. And that would be correct, sir. My go-to, if that, I drink Bud Light because you can buy a Bud Light anywhere. Not a big fan of Budweiser, but Bud Light I can stomach. I don't know. What do we got here? Formerly of Eastern Pennsylvania. Nice.
That's where I live, Eastern Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Yes, Michael Easter. I was going to mention that because I believe RJ Ronquillo added it to his Christmas wish list. Paul Gilbert sold his 87 pink Ibanez.
Wow.
Wasn't a destroyer. Oh, yeah. I guess it was kind of a destroyer. I don't know. It sold in 1 minute. No doubt.
Wow.
That's awesome.
To help a bandmate. That's the cool part.
Right. Exactly. Randy Crooks, Frank Corcoran, Stephen Evanchuk. Right. Gravel Rocks. It's like, I know that name, but I don't know that name. No, Papa Blue. Well, no,
not for me.
No. Nobody wants any of this. No.
Janice just said because. Or maybe it's BC.
Could be.
Nick KV Music. Have you ordered your LPD 87 Deluxe yet? Mine's in the mail. Can't wait to show up soon enough. I don't know. Maybe not. Well,
unfortunately, he's got to leave. Nick, on replay, in case we don't do it while you're still here, watch the unboxing. That's all I'm saying. All right, so it's Paul's Ibanez along with a signed album with the guitar on the cover. Nice. Plus a pedal and picks, etc. A steal at $17K. You know what? Yeah, actually, $17K. Because the guitar is going to be worth.
And you know what the thing is? Someone who can afford to drop 17, 25, whatever grand on like that guitar or on like the original, the EVH, the $25,000 replicas, if you got 25 grand to drop on that, you're not hurting. And most of those people I know, I mean, I don't know any personally, but I kind of know a couple people that buy that kind of stuff, acquaintances, you know, through my old work. And they're usually buying it for investments. And they're unfortunately, they never get to even play them, or they don't play them, you know. It seems like a waste, but you know.
Nice. Hey, Jeff T is here. We've got Guitar Man 45. We got Hip Metalworks. Nice. Mayhem's confirming Papa Blue's order, apparently. Sure. Let's go with that. So how was your day today?
Busy. Mondays are always busy. Kids are nutty coming off the weekend.
Yep.
And then we had, I have this kid in my class that 10 years old, and I'm going to guess this kid's like north of 140, 150 IQ. Like all he wants to talk about is at 10 years old, how he already plans to go to University of Pennsylvania Wharton School of Business or Harvard School of Business.
Little Alex P. Keaton going on there.
Yes. And he wants to talk about stocks and options trade and bonds and derivatives. And I'm like, you're 10 years old. Like, this is like, I barely know this stuff. And he's like, oh yeah, my dad and I talk about it. I'm like,
go play with a stick. Hey, we got? Roy Batty's just showed up. Jack Collins tuning in from Louisiana. Nice.
100% Michael Easter.
That's right.
Guitars should be played.
They are works of art as well, but they're tools. They're tools. I had a busy day myself. I got up. That's always a bonus. And then did a load of laundry, which I forgot to put in the dryer, which is, if you hear noise off camera halfway through the show, because I'm expecting the dryer to go off in about 20 minutes. Yeah, build a fort, kid. Exactly. There's Six String Brian. I need to check Brian's show on the replays. Maybe I'll do that after this tonight, because I was busy day. Did some laundry, did some grocery shopping, came home, made a video, because got to have a video to come out this week. Edited the video, started uploading the video, picked up the girls from the bus, brought them back, cooked for everybody. That was good. Then packed them up, picked up my sister at work, drove that whole clan over that way, and I got home about half an hour ago.
That is a busy day.
Especially for a slacker musician who does nothing but hangs out in a basement all day, according to my super fans.
I only went out once today because my son has jiu-jitsu on Mondays. But other than that, it's just I've been sitting here literally all day. It was a lot of this today because they were doing review and quizzes, so it was a lot of like, here's the thing, and then like I've got a window open, like looking at like Van Halen News Desk and like just different websites, and I'm like,
sure,
yep,
Nice. Hey, Zach Thong, hope the move is going smoothly, my friend. Nice. Yes. What do we got? We got 36 people watching. We'll go till the 10-minute mark, and then hopefully we get 4 more people in. We have 20 thumbs ups, maybe. And at the 10-minute mark, we'll unbox, as they say.
Sounds good.
Did Mancuda get Gilbert's guitar? It is pink after all. Nice.
He probably wanted it if he didn't get it.
Here we go. We have a question. So now that's on us to provide an answer. Sure. Question: have you ever wired a Stu Mac P Mega Switch to 2 humbuckers, hard or what? I think you're trying to do one of those. No, it's on this side. One of those wirings like the Ibanez super wiring thing. Nope, haven't done it. Don't deal with Stu Mac at all. Refuse to buy anything from them until they start printing the country of origin on their products. I don't know how you get that. That's against the law in Canada. It has to be.
They don't do that.
Made in wherever the country is, right? Made in the U.S., made in China, whatever. Mm-hmm. Stu Mac never does.
So that they can sell it all as a premium.
Well, that's the thing. Stu Mac known for the premium tools that are obviously built in China. Otherwise, you'd tell us where they were made.
Exactly. I'm sure there's ones on Amazon, not to knock Stu Mac. I know nothing of them personally, but I'm sure there's ones on Amazon that you can go, oh, wait, that's made in the same factory. So they don't want you to know where it's made.
Well, when my buddy Dave there from Dave's World of Fun Stuff, who does nothing but guitar repair videos, when he refers to them as the evil empire.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not like he just started doing it yesterday.
Right. And you know, and
eons of experience.
He's got a real issue with their how we describe it, Bob Vila-esque videos.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like we're gonna replace the pickups. You see them loosen one screw and we tighten the pickguard back on the Strat. You're like, are you not showing us how to actually do it? Everything's perfect, everything's produced, never make a mistake. Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, so and so's been with me for 3 months. She's doing a refret. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. Yeah. She's been with you for 3 months. She's like maybe doing a little sanding for you. That's it. She's not doing a refret. Come on. Yeah, this is a customer's 1959 Strat. She's doing a refret on for us. No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
You know, like. Oh, Dan Erlewine definitely does. Yeah, he, like I said, nothing personally against him.
Yeah. Hey, Troy. Good to see you, man. There we go. Nice to know about. Yes, you can't tell where the switch comes from. Yeah, unless it's stamped.
I just like Michael Easter said he had a girlfriend once grabbed Jaromir Jagr's butt in a bar. I lived in Pittsburgh for like 12 years. Actually, I went to Duquesne. I lived like. I could look out my window and see what was at the time the Civic Arena, but I used to go to.
What lines are crooked? I see perfectly straight lines. But that's
I like that logo.
And Janice took the garbage out today. That's a bonus. That's good. Yeah, nice. We like doing that.
I hobbled to my trash.
Lee Valley, yes. Bethalco. Good to see you, man. Yeah, I hear Lee Valley's got a lot of really good stuff. There's a guitar repair channel I follow out of Hamilton, Ontario, the Hammer, which is out towards that guy, his area of the world compared to mine. Sup, Doug?
Roy nailed it. It does not cost $100 for a bloody straight edge. It's true. It should not.
Exactly. T. Woodford. Yes, thank you, Bethalco. See, boom, he's on it. And you know what? I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking he might be a fellow Canuck because he was right on it. Yeah, he does amazing stuff. If and when I get my D28 restored, that's the guy. Because I've watched him do so many neck resets, bridge resets. Oh, I banged my acoustic, and whacked out the corner complete with binding and everything, and he'll make it so it's close. Like you really got to get in there to tell it's been even.
No, I apologize, but I missed who you're talking about. I was reading the chat.
T. Woodford. If you do a search for T. Woodford, nice guy, works out of his basement in Hamilton. And yeah, that is true. The Hamilton is the armpit of Ontario. It's the Pittsburgh of Ontario. It's a steel town. And
I love Pittsburgh.
It smells like a steel town. There we go. He's in the nation's capital. Nice. Okay.
Now this question Tony poses: most underrated guitarist of all time. There's one stipulation I must clear up first. Are we talking about underrated as in public popularity, as in one that guitar players should know that they don't know? Are we talking purely skill? Are we talking whether or not they're not famous and they should be because they're that good? I mean, got to quantify the question, right?
I'm going to say consistently over the last half century, Tom, crappy little basic pop tunes outsell 10-1 good rock songs. So we'll put it amongst fellow guitarists. Yes, true, Michael Easter. So I'll say underrated as far as I'm going to throw a name out there, Ronnie Montrose. People love Montrose, but you never hear Ronnie come up in conversation. He was a pretty damn good guitar player.
Yeah.
Terry Kath, sure. That's just off the top of my head.
The two I'm thinking of, it might lean a little bit too much towards jazz, so maybe it's not fair. But my first two names that come to thought would be either Lenny Breau or Ted Green, because either one of those guys will just blow your freaking pants off within 3 chords. But a lot of guys have never even heard of them.
And that's like, I'm thinking also, how about like guitar players that used to be revered that have lost over time? The next generation, like I was saying to Dad tonight, hands down, the number one front man for a band who's And he also an amazing guitar player, but frontman from the entertainment side of things, nobody beats Jerry Reed.
Oh yeah, sick
You know,
guitar player,
amazing
phenomenal
guitar player, great singer, and possibly the funniest man to ever walk the face of this earth.
Yeah.
So, you know, like he's the guy that when you break the guitar string on stage and you only have one guitar and you need to keep the crowd happy for 5 minutes, Jerry's your guy.
Keeps going as he's
Yeah. Hey, we got Music Therapy Laz in the house. All right. Wow, we got lots of all kinds of questions. What? We're already 15 minutes in, so we should probably do that unboxing. Any guitars to play with Steely Dan? Sure. Skunk Baxter. There we go. There's another one underrated. Frank Corcoran's lived in Pittsburgh all of his life. Awesome.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, I lived right downtown. I lived in Oakland, and I also lived in Penn Hills, out towards Monroeville.
Nice. Let's see here. Okay, Hip Metal Works. We'll answer that, and then we'll do the unboxing. What is the best way to keep Floyd Rose stud inserts? No obvious signs of deformation around the insert hole itself, but Whammy pulls them out slightly. Thoughts? That mean, yeah, it's messed with the fibers enough inside to structurally not bond. You might get away with pulling them and then maybe just adding some glue, you know, because just to kind of fill in those micro gaps. Otherwise, you're drilling out, you're doweling with hardwood and re-drilling.
And re-drilling, yeah.
And if you do dowel, maple. Use maple.
I think if you would take it to get it professionally done, they wouldn't even mess around. I think they'd just dowel it right away.
Yeah, they would.
But
JP Cormier, yeah, great.
Like you said, something like a glue or something might help because it's going to get into the fibers of the wood, but...
Well, Larry Carlton isn't underrated, so I can't say I'm true.
Yeah, I agree with Mayhem. I would take it to a luthier. I wouldn't mess around unless it's like a guitar you don't care about. But I have
a drill press, so I don't feel as hesitant because as long as I can clamp that body down, just bring it right in there.
Yep.
Yeah. Roy Clark, yeah, another funny and great guitar player. Great, Papa Blue, yeah. Gary Richrath, sure. Richie Kotzen, of course. What am I seeing here? Oh, there he is. He's going with Jessica Alba. All right. Try some toothpicks. Too soft. Most toothpicks are made out of bamboo. Don't sell it to me, Christ. Then I have to fix it. Yeah, I assume it's the bushings. Danny Gatton. Nice. Well, Steve Stevens underrated. Sure.
That's a good one, yeah.
I knew one guy growing up, he was into Steve Stevens. I was like, really? He's, oh yeah. But that's all he was into.
It's hard for me to see Danny Gatton as underrated. I agree with Craig that he is, but for me personally, it's hard to see it that way because I'm such a huge Danny Gatton nut. But for the general public, I agree. A lot of people,
because
younger generation too, a lot of them don't know.
Most of the stuff, unless you read the liner notes, you would never know.
Right. Well, and what was it, 93 or 94 he passed away? So it makes sense that people, that are a little bit younger might not know him.
Yeah. Exactly.
I was also close in proximity to where he played a lot of gigs. So that made a difference.
Head Metal Works is going to go with the maple dowels. Cool.
Oh, Roy Buchanan. Roy Batty. He's nailing it. Definitely Roy Buchanan.
How about Scotty Moore?
Yes.
The original. It's amazing, or Chuck Berry started it all. It's like most influential guitar player, everyone will say Eddie Van Halen. I'm like, fuck no. Chuck Berry. Jimmy Bryant. Exactly. It's like on the country side of things. If it wasn't for Merle Travis, we wouldn't have Chicken Pickin'.
Yeah. Oh, I love that guitar Merle Travis had too. The one that had the inlay thing that said Bigsby on it, and just really it almost looked like the quality you'd make like a high-end violin, like the finish and everything on it, natural wood finish.
There's another one, yes, Neil Gerardo, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, there you go, Buck.
Yeah, I've seen Les Paul, and Chet Atkins. They were kind of the two of that. They both came from a jazzy background. I've been watching a lot of country stuff and a lot of Chet Atkins, and I hear a lot of jazz and Chet's playing, which you don't hear in Jerry Reed's playing, and Jerry being kind of a disciple of Chet in many ways. So, Ooh, who is your Mount Rushmore for rock guitar? Choose wisely. So you get what, 4? Page, Hendrix, Clapton, and EVH. Just off the top of my head. I don't know.
Yeah, how many? 4?
I might want to expand it. I don't know. Different
If you
genres.
get 4, I don't know.
Oh, wait,
I'll
for
take
rock guitar. Rock. All right. Rock. Yeah. Screw it.
I'll
We'll
take Hendrix. I'll take Eddie, and then get 2 more, right?
Yeah.
I went
with Clapton and Eddie because why not, right?
Yeah, I think it's got to be riffs.
Or Clapton
for me.
and Page.
I mean, for me personally, so I'm going to say Jimmy Page, even though he's not my favorite lead player, but riffs.
Yeah.
I mean, those riffs are just insane. Number 4, I don't know. Potpourri. That's the audition spot, like when you have a pedal, the audition slot.
All right. Bethalco brings up, yes. Yes, Steve I, sure. Wow, I can't click on anyone's stuff here. Not underrated.
I love Jeff Beck's playing, but I don't see the songs as much.
Right. Same as Vi for that, technical, but
yeah. I don't know who I'd put for the
Johnny Faye and Rob Baker from Tragical Hit. I thought Johnny Faye was the drummer. I thought Gord Sinclair was the other guitar player.
Soviet Canuckistan.
Yeah, and after I did that rant about Chuck Berry, I didn't put him on Mount Rushmore. Probably should.
What 2 non-professional YouTubers are you? So I assume he means guitar players because he says your favorite guitarists. Non-professional, as in they don't make their living that way.
Does RJ
mean by is that what he means by non-professional?
Yeah, because RJ is one of my favorite guitar players, period.
He still makes, though, his money doing a lot of stuff like studio stuff, and he does lesson stuff. So is that considered professional or not? Does he mean just playing live, or does he mean only in a, like Tim Pierce never plays live anymore, but does studio stuff every day, So, but I would still call Tim Pierce professional.
Yes, I missed them, Laz. I know. I was trying to get to the unboxing we promised 10 minutes.
I don't know. That's a tough one. Okay. See, I was going to say this guitar player that I love, but then I forgot he plays guitar on tour for Gloria Gaynor now. So he's professional. So who do I love?
See, now Papa Blue's just sucking up.
Who do I like that's not professional?
See, that's the thing. Yeah, a lot of the guys, they'd previously been in bands before YouTube or something.
Who's that young Italian guy? Something.
I got it.
Go ahead.
Steve from Boston.
It's a good answer.
It's one of my faves.
Yeah, he's a good player too. Really
hey, Mark Cartasano. Good to see you.
I'm trying to think who else.
Play a cool guitar solo called Erection. Nice. Yeah, CGS China Mike, definitely. He's got some licks. He just doesn't pull them out all the time. That begs the question: how do you define professional? Is it their day job? So you mentioned Bruce mentions the Tone. The Tone King has improved a lot since I started watching him. Not that he was bad, but he's been getting really, really good. I Rock the Blues is here as well. Which lead me to think, Robert Baker.
Mike Leister says Steve from Boston's a pro YouTuber, though, so I don't know what the criteria is. Steve Terber, I like Stevie T. He's great. I'm not a big Gent fan, but
I would say Steve's been doing YouTube for 10 years, and he only just in the last year or two started cutting back on his day job. He still does some consulting. Daytime work.
I was going to say, but he still has like another career. Doesn't he work in IT?
Same as the Tone King. Tone King still has a day job.
Well, and I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, and it's, I don't mean to get personal, but I'm pretty sure that Tone King is still making a majority of his income from his day job.
Oh, I know for a fact he is.
So to me, that would mean,
Yeah, basically, I look at it.
That's not his profession, unless you want to say he does.
If you didn't start your YouTube career based on your already existing name.
Thank you. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Right. And that sorry, RJ, even though I don't know, does RJ, because RJ was a hired gun for the most part, in that respect. It was never like RJ and the Del Guapos was the headlining act that launched his YouTube career.
No, and he didn't. And when he first started doing the Eastwood stuff early on, he didn't even talk about that he had toured with Ricky Martin and stuff. It was just
Right. Well,
Well, you remember when he was on your channel a couple months ago, or whenever that was, sometime this year. It's all bleeding together. And he had mentioned where he just wanted to get some gear for free, so he
Right.
started doing it. And then he contacted Eastwood, and they're like, "Oh, you did a good video. We could, do a trade."
Shane from In the Blues, another great player. Hey,
Yeah.
PJ and the Beard.
I'm trying to think who I hear, and every time I hear him, I love him. I'm thinking of one guy, but I'm trying to think of his name now. He's a touring guitar player now. He's a Spanish guy, but he tours with Gloria Gaynor, so I don't know how much he tours anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Brad the Guitologist, great player of multi-instruments too.
What is his name? I mean, like, it's kind of like I love Doug Rappaport, but I don't know where he falls because he technically plays professionally, but
Right.
And
again, you got people that are like session players that all, like someone like, say, Sean Tubbs.
Yeah.
He did some side work, stuff like that. But like, yeah, Pete Thorne, he had quite the extensive career on the professional stage long before the YouTube started.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I would say like a Pete Thorne or like a Tom Bukovac, but I would consider both of them not eligible because
right. Yeah, because that's
Gosh,
Tom Quayle.
It's got to be that one guy that sits in there.
Tuning.
Now, if you want to see someone totally who didn't like come to YouTube and you're like, oh, I know that guy from this band, but he's a great player, Robert Baker. That guy.
Yeah, Baker is amazing.
He's seasoned. He always sounds good. The other guy I would mention too,
Aaron of Elvis Band, sure. Janice likes Nick. I'm not even going to try this. Say that last name.
Yeah, I met Nick. I met Nick last year. He was at. He's friends with. Why am I having a brain fart? Who was Jeff Healy's guitar player when he was like 17? Another Canadian guy.
Jeff Healy was the guitar player. He was the only guitar player.
No, but he had a guitar player in his band.
Really?
The guy, yeah.
I don't remember that.
I was only like 17 or 18. Why am I having a brain fart?
Oh, Colin James?
No, blonde hair.
Yeah, because Colin James was kind of our Stevie Ray Vaughan in Canada.
Yeah, this guy does that same kind of blues style, does that kind of stuff. Nick's great. I love Nick's playing too. There's a guy that Nick knows that does like kind of blues SRV kind of stuff too. He's from Texas. What's his name? Matthew. I don't know. He's got like 60 or 70,000 subscribers on his channel, but he's a great player. Matthew Scott.
There we go.
If you look up Matthew Scott, he's great.
Yep, I know. I'm subscribed.
Humble guy too, nice guy, but he always finds old Strats and like Gibsons and Fenders and stuff, and like.
Okay, to clarify, me and Bethalco here. He's like, Colin James isn't dead? Yeah, but he shed that blues thing 25 years ago. He went after Colin James because he was, during that whole SRV craze of the late 80s. He was Canada's SRV in many ways. And then he went the Brian Setzer route and started doing big bang stuff and swing music through the 90s.
I'll tell you who's playing I love. There's two guys. There's one guy that does the Peach guitars in England.
Okay.
He's got kind of like maybe mid-length hair. I don't know his name though.
Dryer just
He's
went
a
off.
great player. And who's the other guy? There's a Scottish guy that always does like lesson reviews and stuff. What is his name? He's a hell of a player.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, Terry. That six-string Brian guy, he's pretty good for a bass player.
Mm-hmm. Or Chris Buck, but I guess he's known more in England outside of just YouTube. But he's a great player, man.
And he's Welsh.
Okay, yeah, but that's not the guy I was thinking of. That's Scottish, different guy. The Scottish guy is I forget his name.
Cameron Brown.
No, he's a great player too.
And Scottish, I believe.
Then you got Liquid Charlie. You got all those guys, man. Something about being cold and dark. They just must stay inside and play guitar 15 hours a day.
That's why we got the Canadians. Like, so why we're all in power trios in Canada. We play all day, but we're all so spread out. We can only get 3 guys together to form a band.
All right. His name will come to me. I can't.
Sure, you had to just throw that one in there, didn't you, Doug?
Alan Doyle. Who else I love too? Now he's a studio player, but there's a guy named Kevin Eknes, Eknes, and his first name's Keven, Kevin.
Right.
But he is, I think he's from Norway, but he's ethnically Asian, but he's from Norway, and now he lives in Nashville. So it's like this whole clusterfuck in your head.
Danish
but he's
Pete,
a phenomenal guitar player. Oh, Danish Pete, but he's a professional. He's
Mike
played
Bradley,
with Tom Jones for
sure. Mike Bradley, he's pretty much a pro too.
Danish Pete's a pro though. Yeah, Danish Pete's played with Tom Jones for like 15 years.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
He's toured the world, but if he had,
the guy from 5 Watt World, definitely. Dave Ornato, sure.
Oh, Dave Ornato's great.
And since Babcock mentioned he found him on Rhett Schultz's channel, Rhett's a great player too. Tasty. Rhett can use a fuzz pedal, and I can't tell when he's using a fuzz.
Yeah.
He knows how to use a fuzz just about better than anybody I've seen. Because
just puts like that little bit of hair on there.
Yeah, because like I love the way RJ uses a fuzz, but RJ uses a fuzz as a fuzz because that's his Hendrix influence. Whereas I don't know where Rhett, where that came in, but
yeah,
it's like, oh yeah, and I just knocked the fuzz on, like he bought that tone bender. I'm like, those things are useless. I can't use one.
They start to sound like almost like tape, like you're pulling tape apart,
Exactly. Colin Scott.
Or Velcro, they call it. It's that Velcro sound. And he sometimes he must have it set like almost off, like maybe level a little bit up, but the fuzz must be almost off. Exactly. He must just be getting a little boost from it.
Good to see Blackjack Guitar Nut here. All right, let's do an unboxing. We're half an hour in. 48 people watching. I'm going to assume there's 20 thumbs ups.
All right, let me get my chat here so I can see in case.
You do that.
In case there's something to see. There. Oh, wrong button. Boop, 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 don't mind me. I've just got. Okay. Now I literally haven't opened this, so we'll see.
And just while you're grabbing that, underrated guitar player that everyone overlooked, Mike Campbell. Guy's been around for 40 plus years, consistently working, yet no respect.
All right, let's see.
So this is the package, folks. Oh, we have 34 in fact. You know what? I
legitimately have not opened it.
There we go. We'll do this even. Or we could do this. No, we want to do it the other way, though. How do we do that? Do I do it? No, that. I don't know. That, perhaps.
Thank you so much, Lord.
And I could switch over. Ah, hey, look it. We did that.
Go.
That works. Bethalco says Mike Campbell isn't underrated. Yes.
Oh, nothing on that side. Oh, on the top, I guess. Nice sticker on the top. Let's see. What do we got? Oh, hold on. That's packed in there tight. He's not messing around.
Yes, Michael Easter. I caught that Broken Record podcast. A friend of mine actually sent that to me. Ooh. Hey, Sean Zimmerman.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Right up top. Look at that. See, it looks blue, but this is actually like teal colored.
It's teal.
Wow,
you got the die cut one. I don't even have the die cut one.
It's that color, pretty much.
Yeah, Lawrence took the extra time. Mine's just on a square back there.
Oh, nice. Yeah, this one's nice. Got these little. Actually,
I love the feet sold separate type thing,
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
nice card there.
Yes, nice.
And look at this. This is what I dig.
It's the case candy, the tone sock or the tone pouch.
Get that open.
Keep looking around. Every time you pull a night, I'm like, yeah, there's one sitting over there off camera. There's one sitting there off camera.
Wrong pedal. No, I'm just kidding. It's smaller than I thought it would be. Yeah, it's smaller than I thought it would be.
Hey, Metal Rocker.
I wish I could show you the color.
Like an MXR stereo chorus type thing.
Here, let me see if I put it next to a blue and you can see the difference, how bright blue that blue looks compared to it.
Right.
But it still looks gray. I don't know why that's the case.
Hello and welcome to Greg. Wow, we got a bunch of new names in here tonight. Please,
Soft
if you're new,
switches,
please
though.
subscribe, leave a thumbs up and all that stuff. Nice to see lots of new names in here. Or maybe they're returning and I'm just not that bright. I don't know.
Nice knobs, too.
Now, did you get the pink knobs?
No. Why? Does he have those coming? Are you getting them?
RJ has the pink knobs on his.
Pink anodized?
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to have to ask him about that. He didn't tell me that was an option.
I don't think it was. I think that was a one-off that RJ just likes to flaunt in your and my faces.
Oh, I'll find some. He's already tried
Hey,
to
Surfer Bee.
He's already tried to steal my teal, so I will find some. But that's cool. Definitely cool. It's smaller than I thought. For some reason, I thought, here, I'll show you. Here's my original pedal.
Yeah, I know, Laz. He's like, it's like your Lawrence's beta tester or something.
Look how much smaller that is. I thought it would be much bigger, so that's good. I mean, if you look at, let me put it over top here. Here, let's do this. This will make more sense. It's not really that much bigger than.
Oh, okay. Right.
It's only my hand can't hold it. Look, it's not that much bigger.
Yeah, I think
it's
that's
only really 1.5
your
times
standard
the width.
pedal.
It's almost like you add one regular pedal and one little one.
That's right, Philly G Guitar Man. He's like, that's because he's RJ. Mark says we're all returning viewers. I don't know. There's a few names. And Mark, you're fairly new. And I love that you returned because he went, you know what? This is almost watchable. I'll come back. That's nice.
So that's
and I
cool.
knew, Doug, I knew you would. Not that bright.
I don't know if I'll be able to fool around with that tonight, but definitely, if not tonight, tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. Good stuff.
So who wants to trade for that OG 87? Alex says. Yep, I got one of them too. Mine might go up on the market once I get the deluxe.
I'm gonna shoot mine out and see. I'm sure they sound exactly the same, but I'm just curious. We'll see.
Awesome. Yeah, we got a bunch of people in here. This is nice. We got 45 people. So yeah, Tom is probably the first person to get a production LPD 87 Deluxe.
Yeah.
You know, and it was funny because I was in a chat yesterday, probably Pete Thorne's. Sure, let's go with that. And I said, I need an 87 Deluxe. And Lawrence replied, yeah, you do. I was like, yeah, hint, hint.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, I was like, I need to demo it. But let's be honest, we've got some much better players demoing Lawrence's products right now. I think RJ did a demo of it.
Kevin Eckness
Edge of Breakup. Sean Tubbs did one as well.
Sean Tubbs, yeah. Definitely those three I watched. I watched Sean Tubbs, I watched RJ's, and I watched Kevin Eckness's, and I was like, okay, I don't need to even put up a video of myself playing it because that's plenty. I'll just enjoy it in private.
Laz says, if you haven't promised your OG 87 Deluxe to anyone, well, it's not a Deluxe. It's just an OG 87. But he says,
I want to keep it.
Laz, you get first dibs. And we'll try to remember that. Cool. It is personally autographed to Brian Stewart. So there's that. Do with it as you may. So, hey, Chris Baseman.
Yeah, I saw that Charles 75 and I saw he did that shootout. Yeah, I want to know. It's not so much the sound. I want to know if there's any difference in feel between them.
Right.
I did see his shootout though, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just a doubting Thomas, but I can never trust other people's stuff. I got to hear it myself.
Exactly.
But his was very good. I mean, I didn't mean that to sound negative. I'm a doubting kind of person, you know, so.
No, see, I'm almost wondering if this is Preston Smith because he says, I'm returning Preston, buddy. Or are you giving Preston a ride home?
No, I think he's saying to Preston that he's returning, like he's already been here.
Is Preston in here? Because I didn't see Preston in.
I didn't see Preston either, though.
Maybe he's lurking. I don't know. Or you just type enough stuff to confuse me. That's okay, because Mickey Stedelmeyer just showed up. Nice.
And Preston's not here anymore if he was here. Rhodey's Jam Cave, I've been here before. You definitely have been here before.
Rhodey's Jam Cave. Yes. Nice. How about, Michael Crow says, coolest knobs are on the Gorilla FX pedals. Yes, I think I spelled that wrong. Yeah, but I read it, so that's fine. That's the Spanish spelling with the J in there, I think. Yeah, we'll go with that. Gorilla. I don't know. All right, dude. I don't know. If we missed a question, ask again, please. Grrr is here. Awesome.
Including the song.
I'll pre for it, including the song. Just message me. Will do, buddy. Yeah, once I talk to Lawrence, who's apparently too good to visit us tonight, you know,
He's probably
Hoping he's lurking, going, "Ah!" You know, he's steam is pouring.
Probably knee deep in solder. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Nice. Huffing fumes. Well, speaking of which, let's not wait till the end of the show. We'll thank the channel supporters there for the Monday night show, being LPD Pedals, Reno Fin Custom Guitars, Tesi Switch, FU Tone, Vibraprint, Flipside Music, and Ardens Music, and 10 Solo Music. I need to, at some point, I'll update that. And 10 Solo Music. Emery's a good guy. In the world of small worlds, I didn't know that Emery, who owns 10 Solo, and Rob, who owns Tesi Switch, they know each other and do business together. And apparently that came up in conversation not till either way. You know Ben? Yeah, I know Ben. Yeah, the Canadian guy with the hair. You know, I forgot the moonshine tonight. Damn it. Fortunately, I haven't got any donations. So I'll do a gulp of beer or something. I don't know. We'll make it free. Then prepay the shipping. Sure, Laz, we'll figure it all out. Don't worry about it. And of course, Laz gets the friends and family discount too, of course.
I thought he had an 87, but I remember now.
He has a 68
Deluxe. Yeah. Now, was that just a change on the graphic? I didn't even realize that was an update too.
They did. I don't think they've re-released the Deluxe yet. I know the new 68 is out because I have the last of the old.
Yeah, the 68 Deluxe at least has a different graphic. I don't know if that's considered re-release or not. But I went online today and I saw it, and there's one with the old LPD logo, and then there's one with the new one that has, like, you know, it's like the shape of that sticker I just showed you.
Right.
So I don't know if maybe it's just a graphic change.
Papa Blue asks, do you play more of your own songs or other people's songs? About 60-40. I probably play about 60% covers, 40% original. I'm working on a couple of songs. Forgot one already. Really should start recording when I come up with these ideas again. But yeah, I've got one that's I don't know. See, I want to compare it to the band Econoline Crush, but only 5 people in the chat have ever heard of the band Econoline Crush. And yes, they did name the band after their tour van, which may or may not have gotten in an accident. But yeah, it's got kind of a 90s thing to it, and I'm digging it, and I might even put lyrics to this song because I can actually hear some lyrics. Oh, lovely. Randy's got to go do some plumbing. I did some plumbing on the weekend. Have to fix the dishwasher. You enjoy doing that.
See you later, Randy.
Nice. Malcolm. Good to see Brother Malcolm in the chat. Malcolm Johnston. He's a hell of a player and singer himself. I've had the pleasure of performing on occasion with Malcolm at some open mics and such and jams. Yes, if I'm still ripping that white telly, I am. It is just off camera.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna. He's got he's a telly player as well. So, no, cool. Blackjack. One headlight. That's the wallflowers. Wait, yeah, yes, it is the wallflowers, which I heard on the radio today because I just remembered we have satellite radio in the van, and rather than driving in silence all the time, because I never messed with it. I can't listen to regular radio. It's the same songs over and over, but I'm like, let's throw on some Hair Nation. And the nieces do not enjoy the Hair Nation.
Really? You need to get them on the same plan Jay has for his daughter, Metallica at bedtime.
I blame my sister. Gur's a fellow Canuck, I think. Especially if he says he couldn't escape them from the radio. Because, yeah, for those who don't know, Canadian radio stations have to play a minimum of 30% Canadian music.
Really?
Yes. That's so we can maintain a Canadian music industry and not be overwhelmed by America and England back in the day.
Well, you know, Americans are so freaking ethnocentric that they hit that 30 minimum limit just by being like, I want to play my own shit. Like,
yeah. Exactly, Jacob Dylan, yes.
It wasn't until I was a teenager and I went, to a couple of countries in Europe, and I'm like, wow, Americans are really fucking like big on their own shit, aren't they? Kind of changes
Exactly.
your
CanCon,
perspective a little.
which stands for Canadian Content. I have a there. If you go back on the channel, we did a Remembrance Day special with my last bass player, Larry Babcock, who has some stories about Age of Electric. He's had bands open with them. He knew the guys because the music scene not being that big. He got to know the Age of Electric guys quite a bit from hanging out at just fellow shows, because that's the thing. Like, if a good band's playing in town, one or two members from all the Vancouver bands would go down to the Commodore, the infamous Commodore Ballroom, and Age of Electric played there a lot. And yeah, you got to know them. It was funny. He was telling me, actually, I think they might have been the opening band for, was it Everclear? Everclear. When it was funny because you can hear the first album, it's done with I think a Fender Twin with the reverb knobs broken off because there's a shit ton of reverb. You can tell it's broken off. There's way too much reverb for the type of music they're playing. And then they got the Mesa Boogie endorsement. Well, they got the equipment, and I guess the Vancouver show was like their first show with all the new gear. And they were actually asking the opening bands, go ahead, use our backline, because they didn't know how to dial in the amps.
Oh, that's great.
Doug and the Slugs, great band. Doug and the
Cool.
Slugs were kind of Canada's Fabulous Thunderbirds.
It's cool they support other bands in the scene, like they keep the scene organic and keep it going.
Well, generally what you did was you wait for your buddies to get on stage, you went backstage and drank all their beer. So it was cheaper, right? $5 cover. If I drink a couple of beers from the band, pays for itself.
Oh, man.
Malcolm wants to be on the show. We should do a show sometime, Malcolm. Hit me up. We could do a show.
All I read was and Justin Bieber. Like no reference at all to what they were talking about. Just and Justin
export
Bieber.
them both. So I'm going to just scroll up and I'm just going to, okay. Celine Dion. So this legislation is responsible for Celine Dion. Nope. That would be the American public because she was largely a Francophone artist until her first English album, which kind of took off. Cool, Malcolm. Yeah, hit me up. We'll do a show. I think, Malcolm, you're out in Calgary now. I believe. Yeah, we also exported Shania Twain. Keeper. Yeah. There we are. I don't know.
He said he wants to show off his gear. Definitely be up for seeing that. Yeah,
definitely. Malcolm was a throwback. He showed up the first jam he showed up with a telly. He didn't have a hard shell case. He didn't even have a gig bag. It was this time of year, and he's just holding it in his hand.
I like that. Nice.
Because you can do that with a telly.
Nice.
Living Cowtown. Nice. Colin James just played the Commodore. Imagine that. See, it all comes together in the show. We can bring it around. Sort of like, I was thinking, it's like doing what do they call it? I heard it on Ozzy's Boneyard today. They do it. One of the guys does a Nicky 6 degrees of separation, they call it. He can attach anybody to Motley or Nicky 6 or a member of Motley Crue in 6 steps or less.
Nicky 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah. So today it was, he just threw one out there. It was Phyllis Diller. Okay.
I love Phyllis Diller. Go ahead.
So it was like Phyllis Diller did a movie with one actor. That actor was on News Radio. Heather Locklear was on News Radio, who was married to Tommy Lee. There's your 6 degrees.
Wow.
Hey, Mark Dillon. Nice. We're coast to coast, at least in Canada. I dig it.
I know people used to go to like quiz shows every week, and they did 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Yep. And they would memorize what they called the links. And they said there's like 40 or 50 links that if you can get these links memorized, they'll take you to almost any actor.
Well, that's the thing with the YouTube world, and the amount of people that we've interacted with, when it comes to bands, it's not that hard. It's like, okay, 6 degrees of, Joe Walsh. All right. Well, I know Pete Thorne. Pete played with Don Henley, who played with Joe Walsh. stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dang. No, it's Bab. B-A-B. Close. Though, yeah, that was kind of his reputation, though. Yeah, Larry or Larson J. Babcock, as Rich would introduce him on stage. Larry, you want to know Larry's attitude? If you go on his Facebook profile, you know what? You can put in your occupation. It says Larry Babcock, insult the bass players. But he's one of the best bass players I ever played with. The guy, he tried using a pick. He couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, A Few Good Men connects Kevin Bacon ever. You mean Footloose? Not Footloose? Okay, fair enough. Yeah, true, BC, right? A lot of open strings.
Michael Krause is right. A Few Good Men. That's one of the movies.
Yeah. Hey, Mel O'Brien here. He says, I saw Roy Buchanan in Toronto. Cut your ears off. That telly sounded great on Spadina Avenue. Maybe upstairs at Shopsy's. Nice. I know what he's talking about. Stories from my parents, because they were hanging around in Toronto around the same time Mel was.
Excuse me. Yeah, I never got to see Roy Buchanan live. I would have really liked to.
I'm not dating Mel, but Mel's been around. I'm just saying. Mel's been around. Hey, I'm one of the early subscribers to this channel.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, folks, keep those questions coming away. We'll go for a little while longer. I still got some wobbly pop left, so that's good. Got a video coming out Wednesday, I touched on earlier, on the Master 8 picks out of Japan.
Master 8?
Yes, Master 8. Yeah, I really had to watch the wording.
Yeah, you got to be careful not to masturbate with those picks.
That's right. But you get these cool iridescent.
I wonder. They had to know. Master 8. They had to know.
Available at tesiswitch.com. Use coupon code Canucks.
If it was 20 years ago, or maybe even 30 years ago, I would have said it was English. Have you ever seen English.com?
Right.
But I think these days they knew. Yeah, that's great though. Master 8. I pulled that one out of the dispensary before. They were like, "Oh, we have the new Delta 8." And I'm like, "Master 8, what?" And she goes, "Excuse me?" I said, "Delta 8, right?" One of my coworkers used to do that, though. She was this adorable, like, petite little woman. And, if someone was being a real jerk and she knew they weren't going to tip, she'd hand them their bill and be like, "And fuck you very much." And they'd be like, "Excuse me?" I said, "Thank you very much."
It's funny. I remember that, like growing up with our family owning a restaurant, and
I hate
largely senior citizen clientele. So even by the early 90s, if your hair touched your collar, you got called a woman. Yeah. Let alone when I had not one, but both my ears pierced.
Oh, yeah. No, I used to.
And the guy's like, "What, are you trying to be some kind of sissy girl?" And I said, "Really? You're going to say that to the guy who possibly could spit in your food on the way to the table?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "You wouldn't." I said, "I might." He says, "I'll get you fired." I said, "I highly doubt it."
Isn't that the best?
Yeah. So then he asked for my mom to come out by name. I want to talk to Maggie, because as we said on the trivia show, our parents would come out and talk with regulars.
Wait, tell me you want
Mom. Sure. And that's what I got. "Mom, can you come out here?"
That's so great. He must look like a deer in the headlights when you did that. Yeah,
he's just like, "What? No, this isn't planned. I was gonna, be the big man in front of my wife."
But yes, the coming lemon candy. How could I forget? Definitely Terry.
Yeah, it was funny. Like that's where one of the things like we've discussed often. Both of us are fandom of Joey Diaz, and he always said, and he always says, you could have been a man, and that's something I have always said, and I swear I got it from one of the Goodfellas type movies.
Yeah,
and I remember saying that to people. I'm like, you could have been a man and kept your mouth shut, but instead you tried to show off like a child in front of your wife.
Yeah.
And when you have a teenager telling a guy in his 50s, you could have been a man.
And can you imagine when he tells a story about putting his hand? Have you ever seen Joey Diaz? He has mitts.
Yes.
And he goes, I put my hand on his effing shoulder and I said, sit down. He's like, he was one of those LA types. He wasn't getting up.
Yeah.
No offense to anyone in LA, but he's describing like this really pompous LA agent who's like more important than everyone on the plane, including the pilot, in his own head, you know, that kind of person.
I just love BC Rick's like, I've heard good things about that Geddy Lee kid out of Toronto on the base. Yeah, I've heard a thing or two as well. And the question is, we'll throw it out to the chat first. What is Geddy Lee's first name? His real first name?
It's got to be something like Steven or Richard.
We'll let that go through the chat. We'll see if anybody answers. It was mentioned in one of the Rush documentaries.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm the same way, Chris. I can't stand jerks. I have no time for that. Why go through life being a jerk? You're just building so much negative energy. Why?
When I see people like that, I'm just like, I cringe. I'm like, we were at a jiu-jitsu tournament like a month or two ago, and 95% of the people like are like highly trained badasses, and they're like, oh man, sorry, go ahead, pass, you know, like out of your way. And these are guys that could just destroy people. And then you get the one simpleton who doesn't even like train martial arts, and he's bumping into people. Hey man, watch out. And the guy's like, dude, all right, stay calm down, bro. There's nothing to get upset about. Like,
all right, we do have a correct answer in here. It is not Gedrich, although I love that, Gedrich. It is actually Gary.
Gary.
That's right. And he got the name Geddy because his grandmother, who was from the old country, when she would say Gary, it came out as Geddy.
Geddy. Yeah. Wow.
I can't remember. I want to say Czech area, maybe. There we go. Yes. And Lee was his middle name.
It's funny because my dad's side of the family's all from the very edge of where the Ukraine was. But now all of my relatives there that are direct relatives of mine live in like Serbia. Because, you know, It's like close enough, and they kind of left to escape Stalin, you know.
Yeah. And it's just saying, like, people are saying, you know, like, good on you, against jerks, we'll call it. I don't know if people's I posted on Instagram and on Facebook because I didn't care, and I didn't even block. Usually, you know, when I got the idea mainly from Ryan Burke. He likes to put up troll comments, but he'll take the blackout and cover, you know, to protect the name of the guilty. And I'm like, no, let's call these idiots out for who they are. And
you're just giving them publicity. I mean, that's what they wanted,
that was
right?
it. And it was on, I believe, and folks, you can check it. I believe it's on my Epiphone Ebony Flying V demo. So feel free to reply to the comment. And his comment was, and if you look, what the last set of videos I did in a music store, I'm actually wearing a mask. When I did some stuff at Long McQuaid, they allowed me to pull the mask down for commentary during the video. Since that time, things are a little, you know, I was asked to keep the mask on. Fortunately, I bring the neck gaiter because they're so thin you can hear through it. Mm-hmm. We know it doesn't really do anything, but hey, whatever. So I have it on, and the guy said, the comment was, you lost me with the mask. And my reply was, that's fine by me, because he's obviously got his opinion, his ideas. Mm-hmm. He's not going to subscribe to the channel. And you know what? Let's leave it on for optics. I'd rather have one on than off optically in today's world. And, you know, for obviously he's got his opinions and stuff. And if you're anti-mask, that's fine. Don't leave it on my videos. If you're pro-mask, go and reply to his comment, please. Yeah, Blackjack saw it on Facebook. Yeah.
And where's the assumption coming? What if you just wanted to wear it because it was the Van Halen one, right? So what if you just wanted to wear it because it looks badass? Like,
yeah.
You know.
All I'm saying is, you know, we've all been locked in our homes for 9 months. And if you haven't figured it out by now, wear a bloody mask.
We're still fucking
even if you don't think it does anything.
Yeah.
It just calms everybody down. Yes, Burke is an expert at trolling the trolls. I agree. And thank you, folks, for putting the full names in here. I love it. I love it. So yeah, that was my little rant. Wear a mask. You know, even if you don't think it does anything, it just keeps everybody happy. And for whatever reason, again, without getting political, all I know is with what's going on this year in the world, hospital services are backed up because they got to keep space free. And guess what? As a result, one of us isn't living in this household anymore. So I'm just saying that's exactly it, because I think somebody would have had an operation this year otherwise, Tom. So
yeah, I don't think
I can't say that was a COVID related, but in my heart of hearts, COVID related.
Well, they only allow for 15 to 20% in most cities at max to, capacity for an ER, and they were already at 10 to 15% from COVID. So what if you have people that come in situations such as yours? There's just no room for it. So
exactly.
By more people getting sick, even if it doesn't cause deaths, you're clogging the hospitals, and you are causing other people to die. So, exactly. maybe think about that. Even if you don't agree with it, maybe it's like a selfless thing.
And one of the things for me was, and I'm just going to throw them out there, but first I got to say hey to Charlie S, because Charlie S tuned in, and Randy Greer. I spoke with this guy back in March. Okay. For those who don't know, Mark's a paramedic, I believe, or he works on a paramedic crew. Maybe he just drives the ambulance. See, that's what I would do. You guys deal with all the medical back there, and just let me just hammer down.
I'll get you there. I'll get you there fairly safely.
And I remember talking with Mark, working rotating shifts and stuff, and he says, this is serious. And that's all I needed to hear. He's a frontline worker. All right, let's see. Yeah, I saw that, Mel. Yeah. Oh, well. I don't know if anything else is Darwinism at this point. I don't know. Exactly, Michael. We were expecting that. Yeah. Paramedic. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah.
I always thank Mark for his service.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, you have exactly. Thank you, Terry.
Yep.
When you figure out we were 2 days away from the operation, so sorry to go on a down note there, folks.
No, man. You that's a valid point.
Well, I'm just thinking, we had a test push back a week here, another test push back a week
there.
I know
they brought you 2 different times, and it's like that would have been not pushed back, had it not been for 2020 being the worst year ever.
Mm-hmm. And all these people put up.
You gotta do some Canucks with F 2020 hats or something.
Yeah. Hey, there's unfucking believable. Good thing you made it, buddy. Yeah, I was gonna say, where was I gonna go with that? Damn it, I lost it. Oh well. Yes, I'm reading all the comments, folks, and we've got an eligible bunch here.
Mayhem.
Yeah. If nothing else, Mel, it's peace of mind. Yeah. All right, there we go. Batalco. Cheers. Change this out. If you already have a big 3 guitars and you want another, humbuckers, P90s, or single coil, or some kind of mix, in what positions? All right. So the big 3, you already got a Strat, a Tele, and a Les Paul? Because those are the big 3 to me.
What do you think?
You definitely need a P90 guitar then.
That would be my first guess. Some people, I guess, might say like a humbucker hollow body, but I would say P90 because you're going to have a totally different sound than you will have with the other 3.
Well said, Zach. 2020 can kick rocks.
I survived 2020, yeah.
Hey, there's Adam D. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to bring up. Like people will tell me, deaths in whatever country, they're the same as last year. So obviously it's a hoax. Should we point out that the majority of people are working from home? So you're not commuting. So how many deaths have we avoided on highways?
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that, all that stuff, workplace injuries and what have you. We're not going out drinking and driving. We're not, just whatever. We're just not.
I'd be curious to see like the drunk driving statistics this year. I know they won't have them for probably, I think they're either 12 or 18 months behind in the States. I don't know what it is, Canada, but they don't have them obviously right now. But I'd be curious to see what they are next year, to see what 2020s were, because it would seem to be that they might be significantly lower. But then again, maybe I don't know.
There we go. Just to wrap it up.
Surgeon wear, there you go.
And yes, I saw the comment, Filtertron pickups as well. Yes, I need a guitar with Filtertrons because they're different. Adam D says, unemployed musician woes here. Well, that's the thing. Once we get everything handled, we're not going to get back to normal. What used to be normal. It's going to be an abridged normal. That's fine. I'll tell you one thing. If I'm sick and out and about, I'm not going to feel bad about wearing a mask. We should have taken that note from our Asian friends, because I don't want to say which part of Asia, because I've seen Japanese, I've seen Chinese, but they're not afraid to wear a mask when they're sick.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. And yes, Les is driving. He's using voice to text. So if he doesn't tag you on a response, that's why.
Let's watch the road. Way more important.
That's true too. Unbelievable. Drunk driving down. Domestic is up. So there. What else we got going on? What do we got coming out this week? I said the pick demo. I'm going to do a video on installing those Helix knobs I got, because I was talking with Rob from Tesi today, and he mentioned, what do you think of those knobs? I'm like, haven't actually put them on yet, but I'm going to do an install video rather than just talking about the knobs. Let's do an install video, and let's hope I hit a snag or two along the way, because you folks seem to be more entertained when I hurt myself or I'm cursing or...
I still think the amp in a jar was one of your best videos ever. Sorry.
Why won't you work?
So good. So good.
Yeah. That's back when I cared.
I can't tell, though, if it's legitimately what happened or if you're just like a classically trained actor and you're just hiding all of it from all of us. Because, like, it almost looks like you're playing a character, like the frustration. I'm like, if he's legitimately that frustrated, I feel so bad for laughing, but it's just too funny.
The fact that amp
kept rewinding, you're like, oh, come on.
I've got that one cinder block. I don't know what you call it. A jack post, whatever, load bearing in the workshop. Like this, but cinder block almost looks like a chimney. The fact that amp in a jar did not impact that during the video is show. I got some patience.
The part where you're just, oh, come on. Like,
Yeah.
I just kept rewinding that.
Well, see, yeah, Janice, that's after I stopped caring. Right?
Janice, that one was awesome. That was probably my second favorite.
Or like the fact, like I go into the garage to get more paint. Don't stop the camera. Just here, look at my yard. Somebody asked, tried a metal pick. Yes, I have some from Tesi. I got about 5 minutes of use out of it before it shattered a string. I'm going to, you know what? I got to figure out one of these. I know I was playing a guitar. What guitar was I playing today? I was playing the 67 today. It's due for a string change. So you know what? I'm going to sacrifice that guitar to make a demo on the metal picks as well. Because Mayhem can attest. At my old place, I had fluorescent lighting in the studio, so really bright. And when you held up the guitar after me playing for 5 minutes with a metal pick, it looked like it was diamond encrusted strings from all the edges.
Wow.
Yeah, because I don't hit, I don't hit perfectly parallel.
Right. I never thought of that.
Oh, you mean solo Mayhem? He's considering a solo guitar kit because I don't think Solar actually sells kit for him. They prefer to assemble them themselves. Think of the LPS shape flame maple. Is that a Les Paul special? Because I think the special has a bolt-on neck, which would make life a lot easier. Because go with a bolt-on neck. Because I'm already thinking, Tom, Mayhem's going to order this for Christmas. So that means around the end of January, mid-February, I'm going to get a guitar in a box.
I understand now.
And say, fix this, and I'll try.
You got to make sure he gets the right one.
Yeah. So, yeah. If you do, go with the bolt-on neck, because I don't know how confident you are, Mayhem, in gluing a neck in. I'm not confident gluing a neck in. So...
That's like when someone's like, oh, you've worked on some guitars. Would you glue in a set neck? No. Nope. Funky angles and no, none of that. No, I want bolt-on.
Hey, Gibson manages to fuck it up on a somewhat regular basis. And if you don't think I'm lying, folks, go to a music store that carries Gibsons. Look at the row of Gibsons and all look at the bridge height. Some of them are a ½ inch off the deck. Some are a quarter inch off the deck.
Oh, yeah, wrong. We'll just raise the action way high.
Exactly.
That's a good one, Laz. I survived and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. Kind in the back.
Something with lipstick pickups. Michael Kroos mentions.
That'd be cool.
I have lipstick pickups. I don't have a guitar with them in it, but I have some. I wouldn't mind trying them.
Chris Baseman saying, and someone else was saying too, oh, Adam D, they're talking about the Jazz 3s, which I like as well. And then Adam D saying the Tortex Flow. I went to using thinner picks, but I still love those Tortex Flow. I think I have the green ones. I don't know.
I can't use Jazz 3s. They're too small.
Well, Tortex Flows are pointy like a Jazz 3, but they're larger on the back, and they're almost, well, they're Tortex.
Well, they're like the Lawrence picks that he sent you, actually.
Yeah. Now, I got some of those from that Johnny Bean Halloween contest, those, I was going to call them cheddar picks, Swiss picks.
Right.
And they're cool, but it's weird. I don't normally use thick picks at all unless it's a real small one like a Jazz 3.
I'm back to using 1 mils again.
Well, that's what I was using, the 90, the 0.90 and the 1.05s, and it didn't feel too thick because it's thicker in the back, but it has holes. And the good thing is because of my hand injury in this hand, I have nerve and tendon issues from a dog bite. And because of that, it works better because my grip strength is really shit in this hand.
Mark Dillon uses the gravities. I was using a gravity the other day.
Are those the one that ones? They're kind of clear.
Yeah.
I think I've seen them. I've never tried one. They look interesting.
1.5.
Oh, cool.
But the funny thing is, because it's made of yellow Lexan, and well, you can't really, the grooves won't show up on camera, but I was doing some pick slides one night, playing the Kramer with the gravity pick. That was bright sounding, but it looked like I had pollen on my guitar after the set.
Oh, wow.
Because shredding yellow Lexan. Yeah, it was so weird.
Now, if you're not scraping it, does it hold up longer than a regular pick because of?
They better at like $5 a piece.
Yeah.
I'm looking. Yeah, I see minimal wear from actually playing. Just the grooves from both sides. Wow. I got right into it that night. That would have been Tom Petty. That's right, because I do pick slides in. What was that song we did? Wreck Me. Yeah. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Wreck Me. Pick slides, every verse, because that's me.
But, you know, I mean, especially I've been wanting to try to play some of this, you know, or at least attempt to do very bad versions of some more Van Halen stuff like I used to play years ago more lately. And it's like getting the chops back up to there is a.
For a good Van Halen pick slide, I recommend the Nerd Halen pick.
I noticed the real thin, like the 0.6 or 0.73. It's much easier.
Yeah, I think these are like a 73. Because the thinner pick, it works better like a hockey card in your bicycle spokes. Whereas the thicker picks just slide right across the top.
Yeah, I got the 0.6, and then I don't know where they are, but I got the 0.73 as well. I just ordered all those like 0.6, 0.73, 0.8, 0.9, whatever, because I had never gone through and just tried all of them, and I really wanted to dial in what felt the best. But then I noticed something that, it was a Tim Pierce video, and he was like, well, if you think about it, in the studio, I use all different picks for different things. And it's like, he was talking about live. He's like, yeah, you almost have to make a compromise. But he's like, ultimately, it's like you want a different pick for doing strumming or rhythm work or depending what even genre of rhythm work versus,
That's what I was doing with, I was using like the gravities mainly until there was a song I knew I was doing pick slides. And then I would grab a thin pick. For that, because that's the problem with these. 1.5 mil. You do a pick slide, you don't hear it. It's just.
I see why a lot of like metal guys and guys into heavier music and 7-string music are really into the real thick, heavier picks. Not only because of the heavier strings, but also you can get that tighter, more percussive kind of thing going. Whereas the looser pick to me gives you more of that like kind of hard rock kind of thing. You don't get that bump, like that immediate.
Mayhem loves the Dava red picks. See, I can't do them because Dava picks you can't pick slide. So that's not good for me.
I've never tried those either, Dava picks.
Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate that. And I will say, Andrew, check out, if you're into, like it says there, the British Electric Blues, that's like your Stones, your early Fleetwood Mac, your Cream, we'll say, all that really good stuff. Fender Guru here does a show at least once a week with other friend of the channel, Simon Williams. Late night, about midnight here, 9 o'clock on the West Coast. Very friendly for you West Coast people. Please subscribe to the show. He's been going hard at it for a couple of years now. I was lurking a bit on Saturday night. I didn't say anything in the chat. I was just kind of lurking there for a bit.
Steve Anderson?
Steve Anderson's been on the show.
They've been knocking it out of the park with those. They've been doing, their favorite tracks on each of, the weeks of different Van Halen. I've been watching the last, I don't know how many weeks they've been doing. I've been watching for a couple weeks at least, but it's cool because they put a lot of effort into it. I mean, they go into like all the, I like this about the drums on this track.
They do some serious deep dive.
Wow, you guys put some serious thought into this. So it's cool to hear their different perspectives,
Yeah, I learned
really
a
good
bit.
show. Really good show. Definitely subscribe to them if you guys haven't.
All right, Adam, that sounds like a plan. I have no problem with that. Maybe one of the moderators can throw the link. Oh, never mind. Mayhem already did it. There's a link. The Kiwi Cotton. That's it right there. Check it out. Please subscribe.
I love Better Call Saul.
Mel O'Brien uses Harley Benton medium picks. I wonder who makes Harley Benton's picks. That's a good question.
I think there's like a monopoly on the raw pick world because they can't cost that much to make. It has to be like an importer, like whatever the exact material they use for most of them. And it's like they fix the price on it or something.
Nice.
Like diamonds,
Right. Unbelievable. Got a Dava from Phil McKnight. Wasn't a huge fan. Went back to Jazz 3s. I got some of those chicken picks from China Mike. They're too thick for me. Like, who plays with a 3.5 mil pick? It's like playing with a rock.
I dig these, the Jazz 3 with they're the Jazz 3 Max grip. So they're the same size regular Jazz 3s, but it says Max grip there.
Right.
And again, I never had a problem until 2 or 3 years ago, I guess, when I had the accident. But
what the hell is this?
This makes it so I don't drop it as easy. I can hold it a lot better with this.
I was trying to play with this the other day.
A stubby, big stubby. I used to use one of those in like 1995.
It's like playing with a rock.
Yeah, I used to sand it down with like 1600 grit on the very edge just to get it a little sharper.
Michael, you're close. Flat. Last I heard, there was 4-string factories in the world.
Yeah, they all.
I think there's got to be more than that because that's D'Addario. I know they do their own. GHS wines their own. Ernie Ball, Dunlop, they do that whole thing. And I think they do Fenders as well. No, or Fenders made by D'Addario. Fenders are not made by Fenders. I remember that.
Right.
But then you got like Rotosound. They're strictly European, so they gotta have their own factory.
But I think the line that the person is quoting is that 80% or 90% of the world's strings are made by 4 companies. I think that's what it is. That other 10 or 20% could be 100 companies, but I think the majority of them are owned by 4 companies. I mean, it's like most things in the world are monopolies. You know, when you get big enough, you know, look at energy companies; they're total monopolies.
Right. Bethalco says some of the heavy down-tune guys use 3.5 mil picks because they're hitting like 80s. See, yeah, even when I played in drop C, I went up to an 11 through 48 set. And even then I was only using a 1 mil pick. Fenders or Ernie Balls. They don't last like Ernie Balls.
For me, Ernie Balls. Oh, they are Ernie Balls. I just, whatever I can get cheap, you know, Ben, because they don't last long for me.
No. I generally, I like the Ernie Ball Slinkies. They don't last that long, but they sound great initially. I'm almost due for strings, so hopefully Brad Miller will be on this week. No, I'm just kidding, Brad. Brad's probably lurking. I haven't seen him here in the chat, but yeah, for some reason, I swear, it's like Brad knows. Hey, Ben's done a few restring videos. I better send him up some.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you, but lads, you have to watch The Mandalorian. It's really good if you're a Star Wars fan.
There you go. Unbelievable is asking what guitar for drop C. In that band, I owned 2 or 3 Epiphone Les Pauls. I also played an Axel Badwater 1216, which is basically their Les Paul. When it came to band practice, I'd even show up with the Telly. And the Telly sounded just as good as the Les Pauls through the rig. Because of those active EMGs, I think, they brought it up to snuff. It was funny, too, because I remember, Tom, you get a kick out of show up for band practice with the Telly as a joke, right? Playing. Singer was such a anal thing about tone. He goes, I'm going to have to tell you. I'm like, and it's expecting to say, don't bring country guitar to a metal band. He goes, that's the best sounding guitar you own. Hands down, that thing sounded amazing to you. You can't play it on stage, but it sounds great because it doesn't look right? It's part of the look. You can't play an old... I'd at least have to put a black guard on it or something, but you can't show up with white guard, blonde Telly playing Godsmack type music.
I think that's why John 5 went with like the flat black, the mirror guard, and then 2 humbuckers in it or whatever. But he's like, I need to keep that body shape, like he just, stuck to his guns. But I think that was smart because Fender didn't have at that time really a lot of metal guys doing the country thing, and now you've got like him, Jim Root, and isn't there another guy that does it?
Yeah.
I won't even say the
Unbelievable. It's like, sure, image is everything. Yeah, well, they were concerned about image. Like I was dyeing my hair, dyeing my beard, trying to look younger. Yeah. I gave up. I didn't care anymore. Rising Havoc is here. Good to see you. And Sandra is here. Good to see Sandra. And Hugh Caldwell. Just a group of folks just jumped in here. We'll go a few more minutes here, folks. Till the bottom of the hour. Why not? I'm sure the old man would like to use some internet tonight. So I haven't used flat wound strings in ages. Wouldn't mind trying them.
I never liked them. I tried them like once.
I like them on a bass.
They just feel like, I don't know, it's weird to me. Like at first they feel slippery, but then once your hands get a little sweaty, they feel like they stick to me.
Right.
Hey, Sandra.
Safe travels, Laz. All right. I think, we had lots of questions tonight. This has been awesome. Which reminds me, because we got a few minutes left, where is my pad of paper? Because it's Monday. I have to thank the patrons. There it is. Ooh, yeah, let's put it way over there. That's smart. Who cleaned up this place? Jesus. You know who I haven't seen in the chat in a while and need to get a hold of? Paul Ewing. Paul Ewing, if you're watching or anybody has contact info for Paul Ewing, please contact me, Paul. Jesus.
Does
I
he
see
have
him in
any
other chats and I forget. He hasn't been showing up in mine. He might have rehearsal. That guy rehearses a lot. So
Does he have any on his doesn't he have a website?
oh yeah, Stompbox Steels. I'll check
Maybe
the contact page. See, this is why we have Tom on board, folks, because he thinks
sometimes I get an okay thought once in a while.
I saw something there. What were those magical coated strings you got from NAM? I do see them in store. Yeah, the D'Addario XT strings. They are, yeah, actually, man, you're right. Hands down, they are my favorite. I'm not a D'Addario fan. I've been an EB guy, but those D'Addarios, they freaking last. Like I had that set on the telly for what, a year? And I played the shit out of that guitar.
What's the
yeah, Janice is recommending Tom to check out the Black Mountain picks.
Oh, I will. What are they just a specific type of pick? Or are they made out of a certain material? Or I'll Google it.
I have to grab one here. RJ was showing these off the other day. So it's your standard size pick.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Then it's got the loop on it to make it a thumb pick, but it's on a spring. In case you got a pudgy thumb, non-pudgy, pudgy, non-pudgy, pudgy.
Was that the thing Dave Nassau was using?
You throw that on, you're playing with a regular pick. It doesn't feel like a thumb pick. She ain't coming off.
Yeah, thank you, Janice. I appreciate that. I do need to check that out. That might work.
Oh, and Canadian made.
Nice. Is that the same one that Dave Nesdahl was using?
I told Dave to check these out. I don't know if these are the same ones Dave's using. Like but I told him, I was like,
yeah.
Thank you, Blackjack. Yes, I saw him on Pete's stream on Sunday.
I'll check it out.
All right. So let's.
I'm going to write that down.
Before we forget, it is the early in the month, we'll call it. Sure. Bang for the buck. If you want to help out the channel, get a shout out guaranteed on Monday nights, become a patron. Link down below for his. I don't know. It's cheap. You know, I recommend the $5 a month pledge myself, but that's just me. So I want to thank Brian from Oregon, Randy Crooks, Bent Tom, JP Page 2, who's missing in the chat tonight. Fruitcake Tony, saw him. No cover charge, haven't seen him. That's fine. Grumpy Mike Guitar, saw him last night. John, ZD351, yeah, he was in here earlier. There's Eddie Van Haskell. Good to see you, Eddie. Craig Tomlinson, yeah, he was in the chat. Blackjack Guitar Nut, yeah. Todd Flowers, probably lurking or watching on replay. Cousin Todd, hope he's doing well. Ivan Carter, he's around. He's around. Jose Benito Martinez Jr., saw him last night. Probably working tonight. West Coast people. Of course, there's Unfucking Believable. Knucklehead Zero. And of course, want to shout out Brad Miller, Brian Landreth, Charles 75N. He's a patron. And Absolute Mayhem. Because mayhem causes mayhem.
Mm-hmm.
And all these fine folks are patrons and stuff like that. I'd shout out the channel members, but that's not part of the deal. You get your name in a different color, like Randy Crooks right there. You get that. You already stand out. I wanted to give the patrons a little standout, but I do appreciate each and every one of you for that support. I do appreciate it a lot. Especially like when I did things like grocery shopping today. Because I'm not sure what's up with the whole estate thing necessarily. So I don't know what debit cards work and don't. And so it's just like, I'll just do all the bills until, you know, like my sister is able to take care of the mortgage and lights. That's it. Electricity. She's been handling that, but gas in the van, groceries. I've just been doing that myself. So there we go. On that note, what else we got here? There, smash the like button. That helps. I do appreciate that. 48 watching and 47 likes. That's nice. What else? Got that, did that, covered that. There's Dwight Bailey, the hitman himself. Awesome.
Hitman.
Anything to add tonight, my good man? I know what you're doing after this. You're going to be plugging in that deluxe.
Probably doing that tomorrow. I got to fold laundry, to be honest. Yeah, I'm going to be plugging in that deluxe right away afterwards and playing it. No, I'll probably tomorrow because I I don't have anything tomorrow evening. I don't have any jujitsu for my kids or anything. So
Right. Well, hit me up when you do. Let me know.
I will.
There's
Yeah.
one. We'll just tie it right in with RJ's video from today, which I watched right before doing this, actually.
Oh, I started to watch that, but I didn't get to finish it. Was it good?
Klon clone, yes. Favorite Klon clone. You know, it's funny. RJ mentioned the Nux or the New X, depending on who you want to talk to. He said that's like the most affordable at like 70 US. And I'm thinking to myself, no, the Electro-Harmonic Soul Food is only 65 US, I think.
Right? Yeah.
And that's a nice pedal. I don't know if I could count the crayon because as soon as you add that fourth knob, now it's a modded Klon. So we got to stick it to the 3 knobbers. Do I still own a Klon style pedal? See, I went through that Klon phase a few years ago.
Yeah.
I don't have them anymore. I have the LPD Pedals, which is a single knobber, which is kind of a Klon based thing. I'm going to go with the Soul Food.
Yeah, I only have one that I kept, but I didn't know it was a Klon at the time. The Archer, I just thought it was a boost pedal. I didn't know it was. So I use it like as a boost in front of a Marshall. But that's the only one I've ever used. I like that though, but I wouldn't be paying $3, $4, $5 for them. Do you know what? Did you hear what happened? He's the same guy, Bill Finnegan's building them again with the original cases and parts, but he's smart now. He's auctioning them because his time's worth. You know, they take a lot of freaking time to build. You know, and if people are going to pay, but he's putting them on eBay now, and they're going for like between $3,000 and $4,000. The last one went for like almost $5,000 for a brand new one. But it's
if you're dumb enough to spend $5,000 on a pedal, you're dumb enough to buy a new one for $5,000.
Right. And so now there's like really good fakes. There's a guy that actually did a video showing a fake against an authenticated real one, and man, was it close.
Meh, you don't need a Klon when you have an LPD boost. Well, that's the thing. That was the first LPD pedal I got was a Swirl because Lawrence knew I liked Klons. He says, I have something you might be interested in. And then I used it, and Richie's like, what is that? Because it is so sensitive to pick attack. If you didn't dig in, it's clean. Dig in.
Total boost is it?
I don't know, 20 decibel, something stupid like that. You know, Lawrence, he's big on.
Is the one that's in the 68 Deluxe, is that similar to one of his other boosts?
As I recall, and Lawrence isn't here to correct me, the boost circuit in the 68 Deluxe is, in fact, which I don't know if this pedal actually ever went into production or not, but the circuit is the Mugione.
I think it did.
I only know of 2 of these in existence, me and the Tone King, as I know we both got them at the same time. But this is like 27 decibels of clean. You don't need that, Tom.
No, but does having a higher amount of decibels give you a lot more range on the control? Do you know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have a lot more. I think maybe that might be the reason why.
I think the idea for that much was to really hit, like if you're on edge of breakup, it'll put it into high saturation, you know, because you're not going to get a volume increase. You're going to get a definite boost.
But is it a linear or an audio pot?
I don't know. And you know, Lawrence, he always has 3 things going on at once anyways. That's why you hear the...
Yeah, my thought just being like, if it was only a 6 dB boost, then it's gonna be, you know, 1 dB within each, or like 3/4 of a dB between each gradation. If it's a 24 decibel boost.
Hey, Dave's here. Dave's Guitar Channel. Speaking of great players, Dave's Guitar Channel, great player.
Less control over it.
Yeah, this thing, I don't know if I ever did a demo on this, but I played this into the clean channel of that thing. That was stupid. Because I had this at noon, and when I hit that, I might as well turn the master from 3 to 6. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, ow, that hurt. And Lawrence told me, be careful. Like, make sure it's kind of saturated when you hit it.
Right.
But this is great for driving other pedals as well. And I think it's a flat EQ transparent. So it's like as transparent as you can get. You just make everything better. I don't know. But I think, this is the boost. That would cause ear bleeding. Damn near did. Yeah. And that's one of the sacrifices I'm willing to do for you guys, the viewers. Like you guys, you've seen some of my overdrive demos where let's check the entire EQ band. And when I really start cranking up those highs, when I say it hurts on camera, it fucking hurts because I'm already pushing a good 80, 90 decibel in here to begin with. Because I have to turn up the amp, otherwise you'll hear the picks hitting the strings too much. And I only use one mic because I'm not professional. That's a good description. I'm not professional. The whole thing, folks, when I do a demo, it's this. Phone slides in here. We got the knockoff Rode mic, because why pay for Rodes? With the little adapter, and that's it.
Ben, you've had the chance to play all the LPD pedals? It says if you want one that was close to Clapton's Beano tone, which one would you choose? A 68? He's asking 68 or okay.
Yeah, the 68, hands down. I haven't played all of them because Lawrence likes to bring out a pedal and then discontinue it a year later. So I missed out on a lot of the mini pedals. Like at one time you could buy the LPD 68 and it would look like this size.
I know. I've gone and I've taken, I'm a nerd, but I've taken,
I think there was an 87. The first 87s were this
pictures of every sale on eBay and Reverb that has happened that is either under Lawrence Petros or LPD pedals. My favorite that I want to know, and Lawrence, if you're listening, if you can still make one, I totally will buy it. Maybe you probably don't want to do this, or if you have any, but there is, I saw one listing sold that is pre Lawrence Petros, and it just says Petros or Petros pedals, but it's Petros really big on it. I'm like, I want to own that someday.
Right. Yeah, I think I said to that prior to the relaunch. I'm like, if you have all mini housings for anything left, do a one-off. I'll take them.
Oh my god!
I just want them up here.
I almost bought a buffer the other day because he just made this little buffer, but the guy was in Japan. I'm like, right now, I don't want to go through that kind of shipping from that far away. You know.
All right, let's see what we got here. I think we got about everything up to date. And there, excellent. All right. Yeah, I think, definitely the 68 for the Beano tone. And I can't, because I can't recommend the Dutchman or whatever that's going to be called.
Ben, I just got my other answer.
Jeff T.
You said guitar players on YouTube. Dave Levine, Dave's Guitar Channel.
Yep, exactly. That's when he came in the chat, I was like, Dave.
Phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if anybody's got a Lawrence pedal they want to get rid of, hit me up because I'm trying to fill out the collection.
I look all the time just because I'm curious.
I know. We could work at a trade of some kind. I've got a pedal or two to trade, and that's one of the reasons I want to hit up Paul Ewing because he's got his eye on a couple of my pedals, and I know he's got a very extensive collection, and he's only an hour on the road, so we could just meet up.
Well, if you're getting rid of any of your OG LPD pedals, and it's not the 87, if it's another one, because I already have the original 87, but if it's any of the others, let me know. Oh, Dutchman. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, you already have first dibs on the Lost Dutchman if I ever get rid of it.
No, I don't think you'll get rid of that one.
No. Oh, well, even if, I got to hear this new iteration because it's just the one channel. I don't need the other channel.
Dave said I'm not a guitar player, but I play one on YouTube.
Yeah, same here, Dave. Same here. Yeah, you can do that. Unbelievable. You bastard.
Unbelievable got in early, huh?
Oh, somebody mentioned earlier if I think it was Kirk R asked if I ever got the B52 fixed. Yeah, I got that fixed. When did I fix that, Tom? Springtime?
I don't remember.
Spring, summer? Yeah, I figure you would, Kirk. See, I don't have one of those. Unbelievable. Yep. Got a Dutchman. Yeah, apparently there's a new pedal coming out at some point from Lawrence. Unbelievable. It's Lost Dutchman, but not the punch setting, the down setting, the non-punch. Hey, Tommy boy. Is that Tommy?
Okay. Hey, Ben.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
No, I can sort of hear him. That'll be fine. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
Excellent. Excellent. I thought that was Tommy. I was just my eye, I need new glasses. I've had the same pair for, I don't know, 10 years, 12 years. I need new glasses. That's on the list. Once we hit the big time and we start getting the endorsement deals.
Dave's got the Gila Monster. I heard
good.
that one's awesome too.
Ooh, yes.
Hello, everyone in chat. Hey, Sandra.
Yeah, everyone's saying hey. Nice.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I'm out of beer. So I think that means we're at about the end of the show there, guys. And we did go another 10 minutes longer than I'd planned. So I'll ask again, anything to add, Tom?
I guess his toast is up. No, I don't think I have anything to add.
Okay. I don't have anything to add. Rising Havoc, hi. Yeah, thanks everybody that tuned in. Let's see. We got to get some video work here. I need an intro and an outro video because we've got the semi-paid version. We still got the StreamYard up in the top there, but we don't have that duck, and that's fine.
Get the stripes going though.
Yes, get your eyes checked, new goggles. I know, Terry. I know, but I prefer groceries over eyeglasses. That's the way I see it. So, I've got a list of things I'd like to get. So we'll put it at that. So until next time, he's Tom. Wow, I even did that right. He's Tom. I'm Ben. Yep, that sounds right. You were watching. You're still watching Canucks with Guitars. So as always, hold those doors open. Let that guy in ahead of you in traffic. Do good things and good things to others because Doug's wife is real. Wear a mask. Sure. Yeah, be good to each other. Enjoy your gear. Get some new gear. Support people, mom and pops, preferably. If you want to buy something new on retail, check out some links down below. We've got one music store from Canada and two from the US down there. Don't really carry a lot of the same stuff, which is nice. I'm hoping to get something soon from, I want to say Furman Pedals. Is it Furman? Could be. Wait, let's just check the email before we sign off.
Same company that makes power conditioners and stuff.
Furman, Fuhrmann. RJ's been playing with some of that stuff.
Oh, okay.
So expect, see, I'm hoping, we're working on it, folks. We don't just sleep in every day, every other day. So there we are. New video out Wednesday, sure. And then another one Friday, maybe something in between. Maybe even I might even do a live show during the week and play some guitar. Depending on how the week goes, I got a bunch of stuff. It never ends. I hate adulting, but that's okay. Until next time, again, he's Tom. I'm Ben. Cheers, rock on, all that. You know the closing. Be good to each other, folks.